Big Drive Energy Wednesday. We flipped. Mitch has got the sunglasses on. He's on his rooftop. I don't think I've worn sunglasses in quite a while on the pod. To be honest, we usually laugh so much that I fog them up, and I have like a weird shaped head with fog up anyways on me. So I don't know what that's about, but my sunglasses era is over, and it looks like yours is just beginning. And we've got a lot to cover on this pod today. Of course, a new PGA tournament sponsor, Good Golf. Also, the return of Big Break through this sponsorship as well. So we got some good, and we've got some bad, or some unfortunate events that are going too far, it seems like. But we'll talk all about that. We'll talk about Xander Schauffele's win in Tokyo. We'll talk about Tommy Fleetwood continuing on his winning trail. And then we've got What the Fuck Wednesday and other various golf topics to get into. So we'll get into all of that plus more as we always do on Big Drive Energy in 30 seconds. All right, let's tee it up. Big Drive Energy Wednesday. PGA Tour or Colorado PGA Media Award winner Spencer Smith here with you with my brother Mitchell Smith. Welcome to the show.
Oh my God. Yeah. That dinner's Friday. That's coming up
Friday night.
Quick. Cherry Hills Country Club, which would be pretty cool. I've never been inside of that clubhouse, so kind of excited to see what it's like. I'm going to feel a little out of place, but I don't think I'm going to care. The food better be good though. I mean, $200 a head. That's a little steep to come cheer you on. And I mean, I'm just kidding. It's going to be badass to see just you get awarded with that. And you know, this has been the year of giving Spencer props, and I'll give Spencer a lot of props, but he's kind of forged his own way in this industry a little bit, I would say. So I'm really happy for you, man. And it's going to be pretty cool. I'm excited to go check out Cherry Hill, see what their cocktail menu looks like. Ooh, we're going to be getting after it.
Yeah, the unlimited cocktails and food is going to be incredible. I think so. Yeah, it's an open bar.
Well, I guess for $200, it better be an open bar.
I was going to say, what do you expect to pay for cocktails on top of that fee?
I figured that was just the fee for walking in Cherry Hills clubhouse. You hand us $200 at the door, and then it's just a cash bar from there.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me, but no, it's a cocktail hour. I think it's all you can drink all night. So, and you mentioned you feel out of place. How am I going to feel walking up on the fucking stage? That is out of place, my boy.
You're going to feel like $1 million because you're winning an award. So who do you think, I don't want to out anybody, but who do you think got you this award is basically what I'm saying. Because we all know that these awards are a little bit of a backdoor, circle jerk, for lack of a better term. It's like friends, like people that have connections electing other people that have, it's about connections and who you know. So basically I'm asking, who do you know?
I think my boy Keith Soriano nominated me.
That's cool.
And then I might have been the only nomination. That might be the thing. I don't know how my resume stood up to the other potential media award winners, but hey,
you're like, well, there was a golf course dog that came in second. He didn't get any votes. Spencer won that one. No, I mean,
dog's Instagram, like a teaching pros dog's Instagram.
Yeah, or just
follows him around the course.
A superintendent's dog just wins the media award. I mean, I think there is legitimately towns that have dogs as mayors, so it's not that far-fetched of a thing, but no, dude, I'm happy for you. It's going to be fun. So listen to this. This is pretty funny. So I've been out in Colorado for the last week and a half. And then Missy is coming into town Friday. She didn't want to go to the dinner, which I don't necessarily blame her for, because she lands 3 hours before that. But then Saturday, I'm playing 36 holes with my buddies. And then Sunday we're going to the Broncos game. And she's like, why am I even coming this weekend? Like, she's pissed at me, she's like, when are we going to hang out? And I'm like, next weekend. And I was like, oh, we're going to Houston all weekend. And she's like, are you she's like, I forgot you're going to Houston. I was like, so did I. So it's busy weekends to say the least. She's like, I have to work, right? I'm like, I know. So we're going to try to do some fun Denver things on the week during some weekdays. I mean, the weather is unbelievable. We get to play Bear Creek tomorrow. You can give me a high five for that one, for that hookup. I
can't wait to shoot 85 and feel good about it.
Honestly, 85 is not bad out there. I want to look it up. I think the rating from the black tees is like 77 and a half.
Do we have to play the black tees?
Bro, the sad part is the distance obviously is not your issue. Like, I guess.
Yeah, but the fairways and the trees get tighter and tighter the further back you send me. And the further back we go from the black tees at a place like that, I can just envision. I feel like I've maybe played there once, but I could be completely out of my gourd. But, when you get back in the trees on the black tees and there's a window of 10 feet to hit it into, it's really not the most fitting to my personal golf game when that happens. So I would appreciate maybe a blue tee or a white tee scenario. We're just out here to have fun, right?
Yeah. For sure. I mean, don't worry about it, but it legitimately, there's a few holes out there that you can't even really tell where the fairway is. And it's not like it's around a corner. There just really isn't one. It's like 15 yards wide and you just have to hit a really good shot. It is honestly one of the most demanding. Okay. So from the black tees, it's a par 72, 75.2 rating. So I guess that's still pretty damn high like that, especially for only being 7,300 yards. Is this? Yeah, this is the correct golf course. I forgot number one was a par 5. Now it's all coming back to me. But probably one of the toughest courses I've played in Denver. So I'm looking forward to that. Shout out to my good buddy, Zach Folds. Haven't played golf with him in a minute. So we're going to get out with his dad, his dad is a legend. Like, I think his dad's probably in his late 60s, early 70s now. But played collegiate golf at University of Washington and played in a few U.S. amateurs back in his day. So he's a very good stick. And he is just like the biggest range rat. He was a member at Colorado Golf Club, but he didn't like their practice facility enough. So he wanted to come to be a member at Bear Creek. So he could apparently Zach said he just goes out there and will hit balls and putt and chip for like 6, 7, 8 hours in a day. Like, that's just truly what he loves to do.
What a legend. I love watching those guys get it around too, where they don't hit the ball particularly far, but they just find a way to get it in the hole. And I'm like driving at 60 yards past them, and all of a sudden we're writing down the scores, and I'm writing a 5 down and they're writing another 4 down. It's tale as old as time how good those guys are, especially at a course that he's a member at and plays a ton and will be way more comfortable at than I will be, that's for sure. But we got the new 3-wood in the bag. It's made its debut on the golf course. You saw me hit it a couple times at Inverness last week. So I'm feeling pretty good about my course management skills will hopefully be on the up and up using a 3-wood a little bit more off the tee than driver. But I didn't hit it that great that day, but I've been hitting driver so fucking good that it's like, that's not really my issue. I just am not good with the wedges at all right now.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, like, in my opinion, with courses like Bear Creek, you almost would rather play it further back, I guess, because the wider part of the fairway is always closer, and then it kind of bottlenecks. There's quite a few holes out there that bottleneck. There's also quite a few holes where you just don't have a choice and you just got to hit the fairway. It's narrow as shit, no matter if you hit it 200 yards or 350 yards. But I remember the only time I think I played there, I shot 1 over par from the black tees, and I played about as good of a round. I mean, it was the first time I had played there. So, if I got a hot round out there, maybe I'd shoot even par, or maybe 1 under, but that's kind of a stretch. Like, it is very hard. Apparently, back in we had a friend back in the day that went to school of mines and tried to play some golf there. But then I bet they still qualify there. So they do their like Monday qualifying rounds to see who's going to the tournament. And Nate, our old assistant pro at Spring Valley, said that if you shot 85 at the qualifier, or no, I'm sorry, 75 or 76, you're 100% getting through. Like 3 to 4 over par for a bunch of college golfers was really good out there. So that just goes to show you how hard that place is. But I'm looking forward to that. Just the weather in Denver right now is unbelievable. Like I got to be sitting on this rooftop. I'm looking out at a bunch of colorful trees. I'm looking out at the mountains. Like, just really doesn't get much better than this. So I definitely decided on the right time of year to come out to Denver, because I hate when it's too hot. But now I'm like, I want to go. I'll go walk a quick 9. I think we're going to go take your son to the range later. Like, this is the time of year to golf. And another thing is that the golf courses are actually like firm now. They're super green, but they're firm, which is like perfect for me. So I just am like in my little honey hole currently, where I can find a firm golf course. I'm actually hitting driver out there. I mean, I feel like I definitely gained some distance this year, but I'm getting driver out there like 300, 310 now at altitude, which I used to only be in the 280, 290 range. So I feel pretty good about that.
Oh, hell yeah. And how has your like readaptation to Colorado golf been? Because you've been playing your bag off since you got back here. Like every day, it feels like you're at least hitting balls or going out and playing. So have you adapted yet? I know you're a full sea level guy now, but where do you sit? How comfortable are you? Have you just gone back to your original yardages? What's the story there? Are you still basing it off your Jersey yardages and saying, okay, I hit 7-iron 175 in Jersey, I'm going to hit it 185 here? Or do you have your Colorado yardages still kind of stocked in the memory bank where you just go back to them?
No, I do for the most part. I mean, I probably gained about 5 yards to 10 yards. Like now I'm hitting 9-iron up here at altitude, probably 160, 165 maybe, which is not anything to write home about. But out in New Jersey, I'm hitting it probably 145 to 150. So it is significant. But I would say the biggest difference between altitude and sea level is your wedge yardages. And you saw that firsthand when we played in the member guest at Inverness. I got somebody's buzzing my tower up here. I got a bug in my face. I've been so thrown off by wedge yardages. Like I'll get a sand wedge that I feel like I hit 75 yards that goes 95 yards. And that's just not something that's normal for me. I'm usually pretty good at controlling my distance. So when that shit happens, then it makes you rethink and question every swing thereafter. You're like, oh, am I going to hit this one too hard? And then you leave it short. And so it's just committing to distances. But really, other than the wedges, I feel like I'm relatively dialed in distance wise. It is crazy though. Like what that par 5 at Inverness we played 14. We were playing it direct or 15. 15? Yeah, 15. Like it was playing like what, 205?
16, I think.
No, there's 3 holes after it. The par 3. I'm sorry, the par 3, not the par 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 15.
The par 3, we played it into the wind like from like 205, and I hit 5-iron good, and I probably hit it about 200 yards. Like that is, I would say that's relatively long. Like it was into a good 10, 15 mile an hour breeze, and I busted it. Like I hit it as good as I could hit it, but I was still shocked that it got all the way there. And it was funny because we thought yours came up short, and it was actually long left in the bunker. So that made a little bit more sense because you're usually about 1 club more than me. But anything else on our golf front? I do want to talk a little football before, because if anybody can't tell, I still really don't have a voice before we get into the rest of the golf stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm excited to play. Like I've said it before, but this time of the year is so, if I get an afternoon round this time of the year, there's nothing beating that.
100%. Like that's the most unfortunate part about the fall, is that it starts getting dark so early that the fall would be the perfect time to be able to get out like at 3 p.m. and play a 4-hour round of 18. But now it's getting dark by 6 o'clock. So you got to be out there by 2 at the latest, probably even earlier than that. But let's talk a little football, and just sports in general. I think there's a lot of shit's happened.
We're about to get to the equinox. Next Monday night is an official sports equinox day. Monday night football, game 3 of the World Series. There will be NBA on, NHL on. We're we've made it back to this point. But it's funny because when we do this golf podcast, like this is the time of the year for sports, but like when we're trying to figure out golf topics to talk about, I'm like, I got fuck all. Like it's really tough to try to figure out what we're going to talk about in the golf realm. Obviously, we don't always stick to that, and that's what we're about. We stay very on brand with our general sports talking too, but the golf topics are very few and far between. So shout out to Good for at least giving us something to talk about. But the football, man, the Broncos are they're good, but they're not good. They're just lucky, but
Big Cat had the perfect analogy, like that crazy chick that you'll have like the best night ever with, and then you say one wrong thing. It's just the craziest ride up and down. There's no pretty good. It's either really good or it's really bad. And we were both at the game Sunday. We got to, I don't want to out you like this, but you did leave slightly early, which is, I get it. And you had your family with you, you had your son, which gives you a pretty much an out no matter what. But it was one of the craziest. I mean, it was the craziest comeback like in fourth quarter history. And I immediately, when you told me you left, my mind just went back to the 2007 wild card game when we decided to leave against the San Diego Padres in the 12th inning.
We left in the 12th.
We left in the 12th, and then the Rockies came back and won. And that was like, after that, you and I vowed to never leave a game early. And this one is, you have a bit of an excuse. Like it really nobody saw it coming. Like there's just no other way to put it. Like it was so far fetched. And we also got to give a shout out to our good buddy, Justin Sternad. I feel like he's finally been getting some love in the media this week. He was actually like ESPN's like unsung hero of the week this week for the entire NFL. So he got a little love, but he's been balling out this season. He's been doing his job. You know, Dre Greenlaw hasn't been available, which has been unfortunate, but that interception was just the icing on the cake for how well he's been playing this year. And it was so sick to see him do that. It was just, I was at a loss for words. I'm like, no way he did that shit. And Jackson Dart luckily just basically threw it almost right to him. It was a good catch. It definitely could have been dropped, but that would have been one of those where if he would have dropped it, he would probably be one of the most hated people in Denver this week. Cause then everyone's like, oh, what if he would have caught it? You know, what if this, what if that? But he did catch it and we won the football game. So that's all that fucking matters. But craziest football game I've ever been to. Bar none. What do you got?
It's funny because I've been like trying to manifest a pick for him for.
I know
that in that exact way. I'm like, dude, just drop into coverage, cover the middle of the field. Either quarterback doesn't seize you or makes a throw he doesn't think you can get to, and you just snag it. And in the biggest moment of one of the biggest momentum shifts of all time in the middle of a game or towards the end of a game, and he just nabs it. It was sick.
Oh, dude. Unbelievable. But then just Bo Nix being Bo Nix, I don't even know really where to go with it. It's just such a roller coaster, and I'm still in the camp of
Tim Tebow Nix.
Tim Tebow Nix. I'm still a Bo-liever for sure. I'm still rocking it, but we definitely need to generate a little bit more offense in the first 3 quarters of football games. And I was sitting next to a couple, and the lady was from Iowa. I don't even know how we got on the topic, but I turned to her in the third quarter. I'm like, we're playing Iowa football right now. Like the play calling was just so abysmal. We were literally just leaning on our defense the entire game. And I mean, it worked out, but it's like, how much longer can you run that out? You know what I mean? The offense has got to put together a more consistent 4 quarters, but this just made me realize that I bet Greg Gomez is watching this right now, and the Broncos are playing the Cowboys next week. So we definitely need some action on that game with him. Like what do you think? What do you think is a fair bet? We're 3.5 point favorites right now. Dallas is kind of cooking on offense, but I could see us winning this game by 10. That's very homerish for me, or I could see us losing it by a touch. You know, anything is on the table at this point. I've never seen a team like this.
Yeah, the Broncos have every single card in the deck, and it just depends upon which one you randomly select is the game you're getting. I very much believe in the Broncos defense, but Dak and Pickens and Lamb and Javonte Williams. I think Javonte Williams, if I have a hot take, I think Javonte Williams is going to have like 25 or 30 yards this week. I just think that they're not going to allow him to run for $110, $120. I just don't think that's going to happen. But as many yards as are taking away from his averages, like I think CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are going to have quite the day offensively. Like it's they're going to need to score at least 10 to 13 points in the first half for like the Broncos offense in order to keep the game in check. Because I do think it's the 35 to, and it's not like last week's game ended up 33-32, kind of insane that it scored 65 points in the game that looked like that for as many quarters as it did. But I think this game's more of a true 35 to 34 game where it's like actual drives for touchdowns. And, there's been crazy plays on both ends of the spectrum. The Broncos had a tipped ball that ended up being a touchdown. So did the Giants. That was like what felt like the dagger at that point. Even Tyrone Tracy running into the end zone. Because I have this thing at football games where we don't deal with it as much anymore now that the Broncos are a pretty good football team. But as long as you're within 2 scores, I feel comfortable. And we dealt with that for, when the Broncos were shit for 8 to 9 years, essentially. I'm like, if you're just down, if you keep it to 14, 13 or less until the fourth quarter, you get 1 score, you get a 3 and out, and you have a chance to score with 2 minutes left, 4 minutes left, whatever, you're in a good spot. But once that score gets to like 17 or it was 19-0 this past week, that's when I'm kind of like, I don't think they got it in them, unless it's one of those games where it's 45 to 44 and both teams are just scoring like crazy and you just happen to not score on one of your drives and go down a couple tugs. Yeah. But yeah, it like the 2 score to 3 score realm just gives me the willies. I feel like it's over once you get down 3.
Yeah, when they're lining up for a field goal up 14 to make it 17, I'm like, oh, we're absolutely bent. Like that. If they kept it at 14 or 10, I feel comfortable there because obviously we've seen what the Broncos offense can do in quick time. But once it gets to 3 scores, it just does not feel good. Speaking of not feeling good, my fantasy football teams are absolute dog shit. I definitely am having a down year, and it's just kind of hit who you hitch your wagon to. It's been a pretty unfortunate sequence of events. I hitched my wagon to Kenneth Walker in a lot of leagues, and most weeks he's just a lot of weeks. Well, that's what I was thinking. A lot of weeks he's getting 0 touches at the goal line. Just absolutely abysmal out there, fucking sending me up a wall. So I haven't been starting him. And then he'll have an occasional game where he goes off. Like I'm in fantasy football hell. And I feel like I'm in 1 too many leagues. I'm in 4, and I think my max is 3. Like that is the 4th. I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the attention span to manage 4 leagues like that. That is outside of my realm of an attention span. So I'm just going to chalk it up to that. But I think overall I'm like 2 games under 500 in 4 leagues. So I'm like middling. I'm right there. But it's just been so frustrating. Like Bucky Irving being out has killed me as well. There's just been a handful of dudes that have really, really let me down. And then I don't start Bo Nix this last week in 2 of my leagues, and he has 40 points, of course. That's what you get. So
it probably felt like the right decision for a long time until it didn't, until the fourth quarter.
And that is the thing with the NFL. Like there's so many, and if you watch Red Zone, there's so many games that look like they're going one way for 3 quarters and the result ends up in a different direction. Like that is truly why I feel like the NFL is undefeated and will never be not the biggest sport in America, because the parity is just off the wall. Like it's such a week to week league. Real quick, speaking of other leagues, the NBA, first night of the NBA, and I got to watch Shai Gilgeous-Alexander live on the fucking free throw line. I was like, bro, I'm so done with this already. But the Houston game looked like fun. The Houston Thunder game, of course, SGA wins the game on 2 free throws, which was very fitting for how last season ended. Did you actually hear Mike Tirico on SGA's first trip to the foul line? Tirico goes, a very common sight if you watch any basketball last season, SGA at the free throw line. I'm like, yeah, no shit. This dude lives there. And then I looked at the box score. The Lakers Warriors game, and I think each team shot like 40 free throws or something. Like when they have those two media darling teams, they're like, we got to call fouls everywhere. Like everyone needs to shoot free throws. But then you get to the Nuggets and it's like, oh, they can shoot like 12 free throws for the whole game. You know, the New York Knicks shoot probably 40 a game. It feels like all these other teams shoot 40 a game. But then you get to a small market team and like, oh, we don't need to give them those calls.
Yeah, I was like really enjoying the end of that game and the overtime last night. And like, the NBA couldn't have opened up better. Like Rockets and Thunder, the champions from last year, facing off against an upstart team who just signed Kevin Durant. And overtime was fun. You're trading buckets back and forth, and then Shea's foul baiting and getting 2 free throws on Kevin Durant, who then double whammy on that one because he fouled out of the game, so he didn't get to take the last shot, which he's one of the best, if not the best in his career in the NBA, of taking that last shot and being able to create his own shot. So they have like Amen Thompson throwing up a prayer and
it was
airballing it, but
it was
a double-edged sword.
Isaiah Smith or something like that shot the last shot. I forget what his name is, but yeah, it was just so disappointing to have such a good opening night and then for it to end that way. Like that just pissed me off. I feel like I had something else. I just feel, Nuggets, being a Nuggets fan, you always kind of have a chip on your shoulder, but I feel like the NBA disrespected the Nuggets slightly by putting them on a Thursday night. Like you have opening night and then you have the night after, and then somehow the Nuggets are the third night, like kind of like a throwaway. Might as well be playing the fucking Wizards, but that's just another chip on the old shoulder for these Nuggets to go win another championship this year.
Yeah, they're going to be a wagon. I really haven't like paid that much of attention yet. I don't know what my deal's been this year, just with all my teams. I haven't like gotten locked in and excited for the start of the season. And I think the Nuggets and Avs, I just have that playoff syndrome where it's like, I know, it's almost like the Yankees in baseball where your team's going to be in the playoffs and you just want it to be, or the Dodgers, more of the Dodgers than the Yankees. But your team's going to be in the playoffs and you kind of just tune out. And I keep trying to tell myself to not do that. Like last night, I'm like trying to get myself juiced up for Avs Mammoth at 8:15 p.m., 8:20 p.m. puck drop. But in the real scheme of things, those games are so inconsequential that it's like, do I really care that they lost in overtime?
Oh, dude, I 100% let it dictate my mood for the rest of the evening. Like, I didn't stay up to watch the rest of the Avs Jazz Mammoth game. By the way, the whole Mammoth thing, total horse shit. Everyone's like, oh, this Mammoth logo is so cool. It's like, have you ever heard of the Denver lacrosse team? It looks the exact same. Like, talk about just jacking everything of Denver's. Unbelievable. Like, imagine if they didn't have the Jazz that they inherited from New Orleans. They would, or Memphis. Was it Memphis? New Orleans or Memphis? One of the two. They would probably be the gold miners. Like they would just copy. Imagine if they got an NFL team. They'd be the ponies. Like they just can't fucking pick a different name than anything that we've got here. So Utah's just Colorado's little stepbrother, the little redheaded stepchild. They don't deserve shit. And then,
they're very much little brother energy in Utah. Salt Lake City is the true great value brand. Denver. Like,
yes, it is. And you watch the Avs broadcast, talk about terribly like skewed in Utah's side, partially because Utah's owner is literally in the booth with them for like half the game. So they're not going to like openly talk shit. But I mean, the Avs still have not lost in regulation yet this season, 7 games in. So it's like, maybe give them a little bit of credit too, instead of, oh, that was a bad puck bounce or whatever. Like, fuck off. The Avs are a wagon. Treat them as such. And you can still compliment the Utah Thunderbirds or whatever poverty franchise that shit is.
Utah Hockey Club.
Yeah.
I just wish they would have kept it Utah Hockey Club. I think that would be, how dope would that be if just every team in every league was just the Denver Hockey Club or the Denver Football Club, and you didn't really have logos. Everybody just had like numbers on their helmets. That's a utopian shit. That's like in fucking 100 years, every team's mascot will be so
generic and like
they'll be so what's the word I'm looking for here, disrespectful or so offensive to everyone that will just make the Broncos will stay blue and orange, but they'll be the Denver Football Club and just have blue and orange colors.
I mean, it is a very like European thing. That's like European soccer teams are like the Manchester, Man United or Liverpool or all, like that is the one thing where I feel like they really don't have mascots or logos. But I think mascots are dope. I would be jealous if I was them that all these American teams have all these mascots and cool shit, and they've just got Liverpool or Man United or Arsenal. Like, I mean, Arsenal's kind of cool, but I don't know what the fuck that means. But it's basically just the city that your team is in. So I prefer this option for sure. But yeah, Utah Hockey Club would have hits a little bit better. I just don't think that they need to jack all of Denver's cool shit.
Yeah, it was just dope when like Washington was going through their change, and you're like, "Who do you got next week?" And we got football team. That's gas. That's gas.
Well, we have, but everyone was calling him the football team, which kind of made it hit. Oh, we're playing the football team. Like if it was just, oh, we're playing football team, like that shit's just like anybody else. You just like every other bitch. So, I mean, I definitely, you need to have a mascot. You need to have a logo. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers all the other sports. Our pick six is still in the dumpster. We still have yet to pick a pick six correctly. I did it this week. Do you know how many I hit?
Let me double check that. I know that I just let you.
You were so preoccupied that you just could not even take a look at it, which I get. But I went with my instinct. I do not think I hit 6. I don't even remember who I picked. So who knows? Maybe you'll log in and we won.
No, I know for sure we lost. I did check it on Sunday, and I know for sure that you had a few stinkers, which and now that it's hindsight's 2020, I can give you a lot of shit.
Don't fucking tell me you would have taken the other side of it.
No, let me just log in here. Fucking week 7.
By the way,
okay. Well, the one pick that was just bad, and I'm not saying I would have taken the other
Jaguars.
side, but Jaguars losing.
That's
by
when
4
I immediately
touchdowns plus 3.
Bro, okay.
Our shit was over. I did want the Bengals, for the record. I wanted the Bengals on Thursday night. I said that they won outright and got 5.5 points in a home divisional game. I was right on that. Jacksonville, I probably, if I gun to my head, I probably would have taken them too because they play in London a fair amount, and the Rams are good.
The Rams landed on Saturday afternoon, and
that was the plan. Yeah, that was McVay's plan. Yes, it was.
I thought that their plane got held up or some shit.
No, that was the Packers plane got fucked this week. But no, the Rams legitimately changed the whole course of how they should have
done a little bit more research. Okay, so that's on me. But yeah, I mean the Rams had no Puka Nacua, they had a bunch of players out, and they still just absolutely drummed the Jaguars. Like, talk about the biggest fraudulent 4-2 team before they got rocked by the Rams. The Jaguars are so garbage. Like I think they forced 1 million turnovers, and that was the only reason they were 4-2. But I could easily see them being 7-10 by the season's end, depending on their schedule. Like, I mean, they play in not a tough division, but a little tougher now that the Colts are good. But yeah, the Jaguars are so fraudulent. What else did I have?
You had Carolina -2 against the Jets. That was a winner.
They absolutely ran them.
I mean, they won by 7, but yes.
I was thinking the Dolphins who got ran, or the
Dolphins got ran by the Browns, which nobody could have seen coming, I don't think. You had the Los Angeles Chargers -1.5 against the best team in football right now. They got trounced by a couple tugs. You had Green Bay -6.5 against Arizona. That was just one of those where it was very much like if you picked Arizona, you'd be like, what the fuck are we doing here? But that would be like a Sawyer pick of Arizona where we'd cheer for it and it'd be insane that it hit. But one of those where you can kind of see it. Green Bay just doesn't cover flat out.
Yeah. And then you had Dallas. 6? Did they win by 6?
No, they won by 4. And Arizona was +6.5. You had Dallas Cowboys +2.5 against Washington. They won by 22. So very good call there. Very good. Very good. And then You had Detroit -4.5 Monday night, which they covered. So you went 1,
3 and
2, 3, 3.
Wow, what a picker I am.
Just middling. That's what we are doing, middling. We just got to
I am
hit one
so
pick six.
I'm so good at being average that it physically pains me. In multiple facets of my life, but that's okay. Should we move on to a little bit of golf? I mean, there's not really a shitload to talk about, but I feel like there's a couple things. We had the I was going to call it the Barracuda, the Bay Current,
Current.
yes, Bay Current Championship in Japan, and Xander Schaufflele decided to play well after he absolutely hosed me in the playoffs this last year. Played like dog shit at the Ryder Cup, and then decides to come out and figure out his golf game. But I always say this when the PGA Tour goes to Japan. I think that all the players, it's pretty unanimous that all the players think that they have like the best food in the world. Like they say that the food over there is top tier, bar none. Like they would rather, if they're picking food, I guess they have fresh sushi like stations for them at the tournament. They've got Wagyu beef. They've got a bunch of fresh seafood. Like, does it get any better than that? Because it is hard to get PGA Tour players. Like, you don't just get Xander Schauffele to go over to Japan for no reason. You know what I mean? It's got to be a pretty well-run event. But it's always just so weird when the PGA Tour goes to a different time zone like that. And it's like round 4 is starting at like 7 p.m. our time. You know, I'm like, I just cannot really get on board with that and follow it. So I really didn't watch much, if I'm being real honest with you. But I just think that I would like to go play golf in Japan because I would love to eat the sushi, other than the fact that I got food poisoning from sushi last week and my stomach is still in a blender. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I ordered a probiotic. That's probably at my front door right now. So hopefully no porch pirates come by and jack that. But so, you know, when you eat a food and it just ruins your stomach and that's the sad part is it's like I tried to my neighborhood sushi spot. I had never been. People were super nice. I was like, oh, this place is so cute. Like that sounded a little fruity. I'm sorry. But like cool neighborhood spot. Like I texted my girlfriend. I'm like, we need to go here. And then that night I am like just living in the bathroom the entire night. I'm like, was it the fucking sushi that did it? I just wanted to hunt down whoever fed me that piece of bad sushi and fucking wring their neck. So that kind of ruined sushi for me, unfortunately. But I think over there in Japan, like it doesn't get like that. That's like getting a burger in America. They just they know what they're doing with that shit.
They know how to. They know their way around that kind of shit. Yeah, I mean, looking at the leaderboard, Yokohama Country Club, Xander won by 1 shot over Max Grieserman. Like you had Michael Torbjornsen there, Garrick Higo in the top 5. You had a lot of DP World Tour players, but also a lot of PGA Tour players. Nicholas Højgaard, the Højgaard twins were in it. They tied. Hideki
They
Matsuyama only finished top
20. Michael Kim actually tweeted this earlier this year. He goes, I don't know what it is, but I feel like Rasmus and Nikolai Højgaard always end up on like near each other on the leaderboard. Like it's a twin thing where if one of them can't play well without the other one playing well and vice versa. Like there will never be a week that one Højgaard brother misses the cut and the other wins. Like that just is never going to happen.
Max Homa got out there. Camilo Villegas is out there. I mean,
this was like a week and a half ago, so they're no longer out there. But
well, no, you never know. But not a bad leaderboard, really, to be honest. With like the amount of the wear down you would think after an entire PGA Tour season, and then not only that, but you're going all the way to Japan to try to play an event. Like it seems like a pretty good crowd of PGA Tour players. Colin Morikawa showed up. That's pretty shocking.
That's going to add about 10% of events played for him this year. So he's like, got to get the Yokohama Country Club event in, can't play any other big events and then just go shit down my leg at the majors and play like dog shit in the Ryder Cup.
His wife probably just wanted to go to Japan on a trip. So he's like, hey, guess what? I can enter this fucking tournament, shoot 10 under for 3 or 4 days, and we can have a good time out there, eat all the fresh sushi.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing that they do with these events is they make them no-cut events. because who the hell is going to fly from America to Japan to play 2 rounds of golf and then hop on a fucking red eye back to America? Like, you literally spend more time in the air than you would on the ground. So they definitely make them no cut, just come over, have a nice vacation, check out the culture.
Davis really finished DFL at 15 over, so he had to just grin and bear it out there.
I wonder if he had the Hershey squirts from some bad sushi over there too. He might have been fighting the old IBS over in Japan. Another event that they had across the pond, a little further across the pond, but that had a really good showing, was the India Championship. That was won by none other than Tommy Fleetwood, who's on an absolute heater right now. Like, let me just sauce this out to you. Are you going to bet on Tommy Fleetwood to win every major? Because I feel like he's going to win a major this year. This next year.
Yeah, he might be. I mean, it wasn't successful this past season, but he might be my Ludwig Bear of next year, where I just bet on him to win one of the 4 majors. Just take him in all 4.
Well,
maybe I'll do it individually this time. Didn't you say that was better odds?
Yes, better odds than winning 1 of 4. Yes, they give you better odds on that. But oh shit, what was I just gonna say? Oh, I totally lost it. Oh yes, the odds. Like, Tommy Fleetwood's odds at majors, he was already like the 3rd highest guy in every event that he teed it up in and didn't win. So now is he gonna have better odds than Scotty, or worse odds, I guess you'd say? Is Tommy Fleetwood gonna be like plus 300 to win some of these events next year? Like, I mean, the dude is on a tear right now, and he's a wagon, but he was already one of the biggest favorites at most tournaments he signed up for. And now he actually took the lid off the fucking trash can, as you know. I totally lost that analogy. It's just floating around in space right now. He took the lid off the basket. So now he made one, and now he's filling it up. He's filling that basket. And I think Tommy is going to have another phenomenal year next year. It's so cool still to think back about him getting that first dub on the PGA Tour and where he did it. And then now, like, as much as I hate to say it, him playing well at the Ryder Cup, and it's just so hard to hate Tommy Fleetwood. Like, he's just trying me hottest. That shit still just cracks me up to this day, is the press conference with his son. I'm just trying me hottest. That shit gets me every time, but very happy for Tommy Fleetwood. And so listen to this. So the India Championship, I guess the golf course was very, very unique. Michael Kim did like a tweet rundown about the golf course. He did not hit driver on the golf course once the entire week. He said he hit driver on the driving range just to see what it felt like, just for fun, because he did not hit a single driver. And he said that he played with Tristan Lawrence, who is known for being like one of the most aggressive dudes out there. He was like, props to Tristan Lawrence. He's like, I think he hit driver in the final round like 8 or 9 times on holes that you definitely shouldn't hit driver on. He's like, that dude just sends it no matter what and goes and finds it and hits it again. But he was like, I did not need to hit driver one time the entire week. But I think they definitely paid some appearance fees to get guys over to India, because Brian Harmon was over there, which is a very random poll. And actually Monday Q Info tweeted about how they're paying appearance fees. And somebody goes, how do you know? And he goes, let me give you a hint. It's hunting season, and Brian Harmon is playing golf in India right now. I don't think he's doing that for free. So they were definitely paying him to come over and play over there. But it looked like kind of a cool tournament. Michael Kim said legitimately the tightest course he's ever played. So I can only imagine how many balls were lost. That almost would have been a fun watch. But another Michael Kim thing, he landed another plane malfunction. He landed the day before, didn't have a single practice round. His caddy got there the day before that. So his caddy went and mapped it out a little bit. But Michael Kim had literally never touched foot on that golf course and finished T10 for the week. So he played pretty damn good golf, all things considered. But just insane that you could go out on a course and have never seen it. So, but sometimes you almost think like, the less I know, the better about a golf course. Do you ever feel that way?
No. Well, no, let me put it this way. I don't feel that way.
If you're hitting it well, if you're hitting it good, and you just pick a spot and you hit that spot.
Yeah, I don't feel that way overall. Like for like going into a round, I don't feel that way. But there is definitely some shots in the round where if I've not played a place and I hit it and I'm like, oh, I have no clue where that is. And I go up there and, this doesn't happen all that often, but realize that the ball's perfect. But I would have never, knowing that golf course, would have never tried to hit it in that spot. That's where it
Yes.
comes up for me, where I hit it where I think it's good. But like, perfect example, I haven't played Plum Creek in ages, and I played there for my Sandbagger Cup a couple of weekends ago, and it's Sunday, and I think I was down 1 in the match going into 18, and I'm looking at the general scope of the hole, and I don't look at anything else. There wasn't GPS on the carts or anything, and I hit this drive just right of the flag, and I'm like, oh, I fucking tanked that thing. I'm making 3. I'm going to put the pressure on this guy, and as my ball's coming down, I just see a fucking splash, and I'm like,
Oh,
is that in the water? And then that dude that I was playing, it's also
well, it
the
doesn't
assistant pro
splash in
there.
the fair. It doesn't
Well-
splash in the fairway, Chief.
Well, it could have been a puddle. It was kind of raining, it wasn't like ideal conditions out there. It was wet and rainy.
Water
And-
shoots 15 feet in the air. You're like, that must have been a big puddle.
Well, and he goes, I was like, is that any good or is that fucked? And he goes, yeah, there's water all down the right at about 200 from us. I'm like, cool. And I just like shook his hand. I was like, it's over.
Put me down for a 5. Good
Yeah.
match.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now, if you play one round, that was kind of like similar to the first round I played at Bear Creek, where I was just hitting it good and I didn't really know enough to get me in trouble. So I played well, but then you get to know the course more, and it almost gets, you realize how hard it is. And then you get in your own mind about it and you're like, holy shit, like, am I good enough to hit this golf shot? And then sometimes you're just not. So
yeah, ignorance is bliss on some of those. If you're hitting it good, ignorance is so bliss, because you're like,
100%.
This looks like the right spot to hit it. And then you're like, you go up there and you're like, oh my God, I had fucking 5 feet of fairway to work with at this spot.
Yes, exactly. You're like, Jesus, that ball's 10 feet right and it's absolutely dead.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Should we talk a little good? Like, there's been a lot of discourse about it on social media. I mean, it's been going on for a while now. Good is blown up. They've got Callaway drivers. They're like good branded. They've got their own shoes. They've got their own apparel. They've got almost everything. And now they've got a fucking PGA Tour event. Like, that is bananas.
Yeah. So I did a little research into this, and they didn't make public how much the sponsorship cost for that event. But there's a good and a good thing coming out of this. Is we found out today, a couple hours ago, Big Break is coming back, which will guarantee somebody a entry into the Good Championship. And number 2, golf is coming back to Austin, Texas. So I think that basically
that's cool. The UCCS PGM program has the last 2 head pros out at Omni Barton Creek, where they're going to play the Good Championship. Greg doesn't know how to use there, and there. Fucking learn English, Greg. But I would say yes, very positive. I love golf back in Austin because we got robbed of the match play. That was one of my favorite events of the year. And it's awesome that the Big Break is coming back. Like, that is, I hope they do it right. Like, I want them to almost do like a throwback. I want the same logo. I want the same shit. Like, do not try to modernize this shit. Give me a throwback to 2011. Like, that's just something that I need injected into my veins. But the fact that it's coming at the I don't even know the word, at the let's see here. I'm just having a massive fucking brain fart now. The fact that it's coming because of Good it is kind of insane. Like, and that's the thing is I don't necessarily even dislike Good. It's just kind of annoying and always in your face, and it's so low hanging fruit type of shit. Like, their gear, all their gear is pretty basic. It's like they just play golf on camera, and I mean, good on them that they did it. Like, fucking awesome that they did what they did, and now they're massive. But just nothing they do is that special to me, and I think that's more why people are salty about them, because they all want their jobs, just similar to like Foreplay. I mean, they at least Good is good at golf. Like foreplay kind of sucks half-ass at golf, and they somehow are still like one of the biggest influencers in the golf industry. Good is actually good, kind of the reason why they're called that probably. But still, just the fact that could you imagine being the guy that wins that trophy and they hold up a good fucking championship? Like, talk about just disrespectful to a PGA Tour player. Like, I worked my whole life to win the good championship. Like, that's just so fucking insane to me that I can't even wrap my head around it. This wasp was buzzing my tower.
Here's some info from Brentley Romine, who writes for NBC Golf PGA Tour, on Big Break and what it's going to look like. So, as we know, it ran for 23 seasons of the actual show from 2003 to 2015. It's the 24th season will be called Big Break X Good and will take place at Horseshoe Bay Resort west of Austin, Texas. The series winner will receive a sponsorship exemption to the PGA Tour's Good Championship to be held in November at Omni Barton Creek in Austin as well. Good members Brad Dahlke, the 2016 amateur runner-up, U.S. amateur runner-up, who helped Oklahoma to the 2017 NCAA title, and Sean Walsh, a Gonzaga alum, will be 2 of the 12 competitors in the new Big Break season. So they've got 2 of their members getting into it. They're like, hey, if we're going to pay for this shit and rerun this shit, we got to get our guys in it.
Well, so funny enough, I played a couple of money games with Sean Walsh at Desert Forest, like a handful, probably like 7 pre-COVID, like 6 or 7 years ago. And he had just, I think, gotten Korn Ferry Tour status. So he's a fucking legit player. And do you know what Brad Dahlke's nickname is? Like, I knew a lot of kids that play like junior golf with him. They call him Dahlke Kong. That's his fucking nickname, which is a perfect nickname for that dude because he's built like Doug Martin, RIP. But just like a muscle hamster, fucking not a tall guy and just ripped and absolutely sends it. But both of those dudes are very, very good players. So I would not be surprised to see one of them actually win it. And they'll probably just hit him with the old, like, oh, well, you didn't win. Here's a exemption anyways type of shit. Like, that one of those guys is playing in the championship.
Well, yeah, they are the sponsor and they get sponsors exemptions. So you might see fucking Garrett Clark and all these guys out there by the time.
A little back scratch situation. They're like, it'll be interesting because like the PGA Tour, I know, has always been pretty against like having your own camera crew and doing all this shit. So we'll see if they're open to
the 10 to 12. Well, so it was reported that there's not an actual report out on how much they spent on the championship to be the presenting partner, but usually PGA Tour events are anywhere between 10 and 12 million to be able to be the title sponsor of that. So we'll see if that amount of money changes the cameras and the access to this event. But other good news from this is the remaining contestants will be selected at a later date with details on how to apply coming soon. I feel like we got to apply for this, dude. We should apply. I'm going to apply for this. That'd be fucking awesome.
Brother, I don't want to talk down to you, but I don't think your golf game is
I don't care.
Okay.
I know it's not. Do you think I'm good enough to play in a fucking PGA Tour event? No. Jesus Christ. What do you think I think? Who do you think I think I am?
Do you remember the last TV audition? Who do you think you are? I am. Do you remember the last TV audition we did when you fucking almost
I topped hybrid in fucking San Diego? Yes, I remember very
well. You almost hosel rocketed an 8-iron into the cameraman's face. I was fucking afraid for that dude's life. Like,
okay, got it. We got it.
I actually go back to, there's this one dude on Big Break, and I forget his name. 100%. We need this right now. But there was one guy on Big Break like a dozen years ago that had the shanks during the entire, but like there were so many other short games. Like it's not a linear, like you play golf and the best score goes on and the worst score gets eliminated. It's a lot of like chipping contests and they do a lot of different shit. It's not just hitting balls down the fairway. So this dude is living with the shanks, but somehow keeps like advancing. I think he made it like 4 shows and he legitimately can't put a ball on the club face. Like it was the most insane. I remember having such anxiety. I was like 16 years old watching and be like, can you imagine going on national TV probably the most famous golf show of all time, and just not being able to hit the club face. Like at that point, I'd be like, guys, see you later. Thanks for the opportunity. I'm out. Like I can't do this shit. But I could just see Spencer absolutely peppering a cameraman. I mean, it is worth an application. Maybe they'll do. No, it's not influencer bullshit. What do you want to bet? There's like another influencer like DOD King or some shit on there.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I bet you this thing is going to be fucking littered with them. Let me get back to my final point, which is good potential good news. So former Big Break runner-up and golf personality Blair O'Neill will serve as the co-host alongside Good Goods Matt Scharf. Garrett Clark and Bubby Broders. That's a dope name. Bubby Broders. He's on Good apparently. Will be non-playing team captains. Executive producers Chris Graham and Kevin Schultz will lead production. Graham was the longtime producer during Big Break's original run. So hopefully that means that we're getting some of that. Yeah, like you said, we're getting to the point in the media world and the podcast host world and where media is going, where you could literally just throw shit out from the early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, and it slaps again. Like you don't really have to, there's no recreating the wheel. You just fucking take that wheel and you put it back out there, and it's probably going to hit for a lot of the 30-year-olds that grew up with that stuff. It immediately hits.
Yeah, that just goes to show you that we lived through as teenagers like the peak of television. Because I think all the best TV shows of all time were like late 90s into like early to mid 2000s. So we weren't necessarily teenagers, but like young adults. And then you've got The Big Break. You've got what's some other shows that were so good that they're like rerunning them now. I mean, the list goes on. Just like all the
they're bringing back the Skins game. We talked about last
game.
pod.
Yes, phenomenal. They need to bring back Shell's Wonderful World of Golf, where they just go play a random. I think that was the Skins game, maybe. I'm
Dude,
not sure,
have you,
real
quick side note, have you seen, you fly United a lot. There's a golf show on the United plane that's actually pretty insane. It's like it's almost like that Wonderful World of Golf where he goes to these random golf courses in the world.
I did watch
I watched
some of that.
one of those where it was like a place where you couldn't even get mowers in. I didn't watch it all that much, but like I watched the whole episode, and it was kind of good television, especially for being on a plane when you got no other hope if your Wi-Fi is out or some fucking shit like that.
Yes,
it was solid.
Yeah, that is like, it's almost like a who was the eater guy that, oh my god, my brain is just clearly not functioning on all cylinders right now. Basically this dude was just going around finding very little known golf courses, basically like very off the beaten path. I'm thinking of Anthony Bourdain. My God. Thank God, Mitchell. Fuck's sake. But basically this dude was like the Anthony Bourdain of golf and was just finding all these random, I think one of them I watched was like up in the Hawaiian mountains where they like couldn't get get mowers to or some shit like that, where, there's like goats mowing the fairway or who knows. But yes, I did watch that. It is somewhat interesting.
Yeah, it was a fun watch. Do we want to wrap this pod up with a little What the Fuck Wednesday? Since we are podding on Wednesday, I thought it was Thursday all day. I was like, why? I saw your little tweet rundown. I was like, why would we do What the Fuck Wednesday on a Thursday, which we have done before. It's not out of the realm. But I was like, and my days are apparently all fucked up. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, What the Fuck Wednesday, one of our favorite segments. I'll start it out. I think I've kind of talked about this before, but this is another thing that recently happened to me. I'm just getting tickets all over the place with my truck and my cars. It just feels like everywhere I go, I get a ticket. And so now I've overcorrected, and I'm super knowledgeable and very like tuned in to where I could get a ticket and how to like just paying it. I'm like, this $3 is better than a ticket in the mail. And like the other day, ironically, it was one of my Turo cars, so it wasn't me, but somebody got that one of my Turo drivers that had my car got 3 tickets in the span of 4 hours in the same day downtown Denver because they just kept pulling into parking lots and not paying for it. And so all these tickets are being sent to me, obviously, because I'm registered on the car. So they end up paying for them through the app, and you send it to them afterwards. But 3 tickets in the span of an hour, or 4 hours. And then I watched my own truck get a ticket in front of my own house like a week ago because they were street sweeping. And I'm on a walk with my son. I get home and I'm looking out the door, and this guy rolls up in his little fucking C-Dot car right up next to my shit and gives me a ticket. And I was like, damn, is my registration because I got a ticket for that a couple months ago, my registration being out of it expired essentially. And I'm just parked on the side of the street. Didn't know you can get a ticket for that. So I'm standing outside my front door and see them giving me a ticket. It's because of the street sweeping. So I go run to get in my car to move it, which isn't very helpful, but I still got the ticket, but I wanted to, get out of the way of the street sweepers. And then I look back in my rearview mirror as I'm pulling my truck out, and the street sweepers coming down the street. So I still got the ticket, and I got another ticket on Federal Boulevard for speeding, which I didn't really know you could get a ticket for speeding when you don't get pulled over. I got a couple of those in the last couple of months. I'm just like
those. Yeah, when you see a car sitting on the side of the road and you just see a camera flash, you're like, oh, I'm absolutely bent now. Like that is one of the worst feelings. I may have a ticket coming in the mail when I was driving down Evans past a school where it's 20, and I'm like, really, we need to go 20? Like there was no kids out. I was self-aware, but I probably do have a ticket in the mail as well, so I can relate.
Yeah, I think I've got a few coming, to be honest. I've got a few tickets in the mail. Real quick, breaking news.
I saw the same thing. You talking the Tournament of Champions?
Yeah, breaking news before you get to your What the Fuck Wednesday. Tournament of Champions is officially canceled at Kapalua. I guess maybe they just wanted to keep it there. I don't know why they wouldn't pivot and go to another golf course for it. I know there's a lot of logistics that go into it, so that there's more than I'm making it sound. I do very small scale events, and I know the logistics that go into that. I can't imagine a PGA Tour event, but it is kind of surprising to me that they just canceled it instead of moving it to another, maybe the course that they're playing the second week, the same course in Hawaii. Like they did that last year and played, was it Pebble twice for 2 events or something like that?
Torrey.
Yeah. I'm kind of just shocked that they canceled. They were just like, nah, we're not doing it. It's not Kapalua. We're not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that it probably doesn't do like huge numbers. I think if it was like the Players or something like that, they would definitely be adamant that it gets done. But yeah, just super disappointing. It's been a mainstay on tour for, however many years. And now the Sony Open is kicking off the PGA Tour season. So that's going to suck because all the guys that were playing in the Tournament of Champions are now going to play in the Sony Open. So all the lower level dudes are going to get booted out and not be able to get their first start at the Sony. So it'll be a nice trickle down effect of just players getting screwed over by that.
Well, and another thing, the players just in general are kind of getting screwed over because a lot of the guys, I'd say there's probably 40, 50 guys that would go. I mean, Hawaii's not, it's not as bad of a trip from LA or California where a lot of these guys probably live, but the guys from Florida making the trip all the way to Hawaii, it was at least 2 weeks of back-to-back tournaments in Hawaii where they could be there for, not fly out there and be there for 4 days or even 2 days. I guess the Tournament of Champions is normally not no cut event, right? So not that one, but like they would be out there for a couple weeks at a time and get 2 events in versus now it's like, okay, who's going to actually just fly out for the Sony Open and then come back? And it's sad because the Tournament of Champions is it's a birdie fest, but it's fun. It's a fun golf course. And it's like signals the start of a new year. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like the new year hits and then you just watch
snowy
Kapalua.
As shit wherever we're at. And we just get taken to Hawaii and get to watch golf in Hawaii. I totally agree. It's just, at least it's still getting opened in Hawaii at the Sony Open, but that still just disappoints me. It's pretty much a bummer. I mean, I will say that I think Kapalua is definitely like a vacation for a lot of those players anyways. So now their wives are just going to be like, well, we'll still go to Hawaii anyways. Like they probably already have the travel booked and shit. So they're probably just going to go over and chill in Hawaii now. So I have a couple What the Fuck Wednesdays. I actually have a positive one, and we've talked about this, but the Zin shortage seems to be over with because I am getting Zins hand over fist for an absolute bargain for $4 a can out here. I feel like it's 2019. I don't know what to do with myself. I just bought 15 cans at the store today. So that should last me like a week, but it's fucking unbelievable that they're $25 for a roll. I'm like, this is such a throwback. Like, is the world healing? Like, I don't know if this signals the turning of America in the right direction or not, but I'm here for it.
I usually base the economy off gas prices, but now I'm going to start basing them off Zyn can prices.
Correct.
We were in a bad way. They were paying $8.15 a can. And I think some places still sell it for that. But now that I've gone to the side of shout out Circle K, no free shout out, $5 a can is much more feasible.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Imagine like you get interviewed by like one of those street interviewers, like, how has the economy impacted you? I'd be like, my fucking cans of Zins are $4 more per can. It's really hard to be a nicotine addict out here in these streets. So yeah, it's been very beneficial. And I discovered that I can now order them again. So I have like a package of 75 cans sitting in New Jersey waiting for me. So I think I got those for like $4 a can too. So we're on an absolute heater with the Zins. I'm all the way back. But my two other like non-positive, like what the fuck Wednesdays, there you go. So we put up a TV on our patio yesterday. I'll give everyone a quick
Oh
view.
yeah, let me see this.
Oh,
nice. Okay.
So it looks like a hockey player right now because I have a cover that's actually sitting in front of our front door waiting for me to go get it.
Oh, dude, you're going to have to hustle down those stairs. All these porch pirates could take your probiotics and your TV cover.
Bro, you're telling me I almost told you just free ball it for a minute so I can run grab my fucking Amazon packages. But so we get the entire bracket hung up, and I got the big like extender thing so we can move it out and move it around. We get it all hung, and then I'm like, oh, let me plug it in now. The fucking power plug is behind one of the brackets that would be the bracket on pretty much any like the bracket is not movable. Like it would be there. I'm like, in what world? So we had to take the entire thing off, take the entire back off the TV, plug it in, put the whole back on, and then rehang it. So that was just a big ass waste of 30 minutes of my life. But I mean, it's going to be dope being able to like watch movies and shit up on the rooftop. Got a little mountain view in the background. My other what the fuck Wednesday is I got air assaulted by a bird that just dropped a fucking air shit onto our big window in our living room, and I have no way of reaching it. I'm gonna have to order like a 25-foot extendo fucking cleaner or hire a window cleaner because I can't reach it. And it is the biggest, hottest diarrhea bird shit I've ever seen. Like just green and like fucking that bird ate a Denny's Grand Slam and then decided to take a sky dump on my fucking house. So I every time I walk into the living room, I'm like, oh, cool. There's a giant shit on our window that I can't reach. Like, then I tried to like pop the screen out, and it's just a whole thing. So it's always a project, you know. How do I clean bird shit off the window that I can't reach? So there'll probably be another Amazon package, like a 30-foot extendo cleaner coming in the mail tomorrow that some porch pirate can fucking take off me and ride it around like a broom. I don't know.
Yeah, be like, hey, before you take this away, just fucking reach up there and give that shit a little scrub.
Be like, brother, you can have it. Yeah, it's just it's for one use. Then here you go. Like, I'll even pay you. I'll pay you $20. Come wipe this bird shit off my window. Then you can just take that thing and be on your merry way. So. But yeah, other than that, everything's pretty good. That bird sky dump really had me fucked up. Oh, and the skeleton. We have Blackbeard. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw the skeleton on our front patio. Pretty funny. He's like leaning over the patio, looking at all the people walking by. So maybe it'll deter porch pirates. But the wind keeps blowing him over, and he's like kind of hard to put back up. So I just find him all disheveled and crumpled on the fucking front patio. I got to pick him back up, put his arms back together, get his legs all positioned correctly, and fucking get him back over, looking over the street. That's our new neighborhood watch. And we named him Blackbeard after the skeleton in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Your neighbors are probably like, this fucking guy is just playing with the skeleton at this point.
Oh, 100%. Like, I got him standing at the grill. I should have him like doing the splits. I should change it up every day, like Elf on the Shelf. The other sad part is I bought pumpkins I can't even put pumpkins out on the front because I guarantee you somebody's going to come by and eat those. Oh, and my hot water heater, I thought went out because some porch pirate came by and turned the gas off to our entire townhouse. So luckily I don't need a new water heater, but it's just, I feel like I'm always keeping my head on a swivel to see who is trying to fuck with me. I feel like I'm getting fucked with way too often here, and it's pissing me off.
Yeah, you're just.
I won't stand for it.
The universe is just fucking with you. I love it.
100%.
Well,
and we do have the Black Desert Championship this week on the PGA Tour in Utah. That is actually a fun watch. So let everybody know. Watch that this weekend. It should be a good one.
Enjoy the Black Desert Championship. Enjoy week 8 of the NFL. I can't believe it's already week 8. That's insane to think about. Mitchell and I will be back some point. Bank of Utah Championship at Black Desert.
Correct.
Beautiful. Enjoy that. Enjoy another week of NFL football. We'll enjoy our Broncos taking a deuce on the Cowboys' chest. Greg, shout out to you. I actually don't believe that, but I'm just going to say it for the effect of this podcast. And we'll be back sometime next week before we take off. We're going to Houston next weekend for Broncos Texans. So looking forward to that. Playing some golf tomorrow. We'll get some content at Bear Creek. Should be a fun day to record a little content. Perfect fall weather here in Denver. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you next week. Peace.
Peace.